One more victim of the Naivasha accident succumbed to injuries that were sustained in that crash. The latest casualty raises the number of people killed to 41. There are 6 bodies at the Jomo Kenyatta University College mortuary. I believe that's the Kenyatta University mortuary, and 34 at the Chiromo mortuary. Relatives of those killed have been arriving at the Chiromo mortuary to provide DNA samples to help in the identification of the bodies. Most of the victims were burned beyond recognition and will be identified through DNA testing. A minute of silence was observed in honor of the victims during the National JUMHURI Day celebrations at the Nyayo National Stadium. All right, so I believe we want to speak to Caroline B, who's been at the Chiromo mortuary all day, still following up on this story. Caroline, it's good to speak to you again. So what's the latest? How many families do we know are there? And how long will this process take place before they can take their loved ones for burial?
As of now, families are actually still streaming in, and 73 of them have actually been registered by the registry of the Red Cross Society. And as of now, they are going to view their bodies. Just behind me, as you can see, there is a buzz of activities. Those are some of the families that have been put aside, and they're going to start with the identification process to view the photographs. First, according to the brief that was earlier on given, is that there was going to be a photography session, for that matter, before they can do the physical viewing of the body. As for the identification, they are going to start with the mothers and also the siblings for the DNA test before, so that to ascertain the families, the family members of the deceased. As you know, some of them were actually burnt beyond recognition. Some of them, the remains were in form of bones, so they have to do the DNA test so as to link the two, the family members and the deceased, to make it much easier for the families to get their loved ones. But it is a very, very hard process, as was earlier on. We were informed earlier on. So it is going to be a process of 2 weeks. Some of the families here have already said that if it can be made much more easier, or actually hastened before the 2 weeks process, given that they're going to the festive season, they will be much happier if they will be able to get the bodies before the 2 weeks. But according to officials here, the process is going to take 2 weeks. More family members are still streaming in here. 54 of them have already received counseling, and before they can actually be able to view the photographs or the bodies of the deceased, they have to go through counseling. And Red Cross Society members, as well as volunteers from the St. John ambulance, are here to make sure that the grieving families are able to get the comfort that they need. It's a very hard process. For the 3 of them who were taken to Kenyatta National Hospital, one of them succumbed to injuries this morning. They had burns of 40 to 60%. Those are the updates that we are getting here at the Chiromo mortuary. People or families streamed in as early as 7 a.m. this morning. Some of them are still streaming in. They're waiting to get more details concerning their loved ones. And the officials here have actually called for the families, to persevere and to be patient enough, as more information concerning the deceased is actually given out. Some of them do not even have the information of the deceased, so they are asking the family members, if at all they know, they have any information concerning their loved ones, to present it to the information center, which has been set up here to make it very easy for government and for the officials who are in charge of this place to be able to disseminate information to the public and also the family members who are assembled here at the Chiromo mortuary. Yvonne?
Thanks for that, Caroline B. Still at the Chiromo mortuary, and indeed a rather difficult time for families there. And I understand they're rushed to have the tests back as soon as possible. But DNA does indeed take some time. But of course, we hope for the best for the families, that they can get closure from this horrific accident that took place Saturday night. You're watching Worldview here on KTN News. On this JUMHURI Day afternoon, we thank you for staying with us so far. Keep your comments coming in on our Twitter poll question. I'll be sampling your views before the end of this live newscast. We're taking a break, but we have more news after that, so stay here.